Diego, what kind of offensive strides do you think this offense can make this upcoming season?
What was that?
What kind of strides do you think this offense can make this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think we have the talent this year to, at least have about 2,000 receivers. And then obviously from running back position, we got MK and Seti and AJ. So we got three-headed monster back there. And it's really great to have those guys because you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself anymore. You trust in the O-line to, just hand the ball, spin the ball out on a little screen or something like that, and they take off with it.
Diego, Joe Wallace from Outkick. You were shown on ESPN the other night at the UFC event. But what has your off-season been like when it comes to NIL? Interviews you've done, places you maybe got to travel. What has that been like since the end of last season?
Yeah, so this year I was fortunate to meet, some alumni that work for the UFC, the COO of the UFC, Mr. Epstein, and he got me hooked up with some tickets, and I was able to take a lot of the linemen, some defensive players, some wide receivers, and, with that brings team camaraderie, and I'm super blessed to know those guys. I feel like when you go to Vandy, all of a sudden these people in these high spots, and just so amazing the alumni group that we have supporting us.
Diego, Rob Brown, SEC Sideline Sports Network. What did you learn about your body last year, that when to take hits, when not to take hits, as you went through the 12-game grind that is the SEC?
Yeah, it's a different grind for sure. Maybe I learned I need to get in the training room some more and to not leave until my body feels good. And then second off, I would say that I got to prep myself better to not take those hits that you're talking about, maybe slide. But it's hard to do that as a competitor because I just want to win every game. And then, it's a game of inches. I don't know, maybe the overtaker,
Hey Diego, when you were coming up, what was your favorite football player, and then who were some guys that you modeled your game after since then?
My favorite football player growing up was Johnny Manziel. Just the way he came to the game, he was just different, electric, brought everything he got every single game. But that's someone who I really like. Nowadays, I still watch his tapes and stuff. But I'm a big fan of like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, those kind of mobile quarterbacks who they're just different, and I feel like my mold is kind of the same. I'm just 5'10".
Have you met Manziel?
Yeah, I met Manziel once. Yeah, cool people.
You're listed on the roster as 6 foot 207, but you're not really 6 feet, are you? How tall are you exactly?
Do you have a measuring tape? No, I'm just kidding. No.
What you say?
Yeah. Maybe with some shoes on, I'm 6 foot, but I would say I'm probably like 5'10" and a half, 5'11". I haven't got measured in a while, older people shrink.
Diego, what's it going to take for you guys to win that last rivalry game of the year and run the state of Tennessee?
Obviously, Tennessee is a great group, and they've got the better of us the last few years, and so we want to avenge ourselves coming up this year. But it's going to take us to be healthy, play with some grit, and play with some fire under us. And, going to Neyland Stadium, it'll be a fun environment to play in, and so we'll be super excited when that day comes, but we're focused on Charleston Southern.
What's your relationship like with Coach Lee?
Oh, that's my dog. Like anything, I feel like he's like my brother or something. I just call him for anything. Like I was telling him my girlfriend problems the other day, actually. He's a real sport in that for me, and so he helps me out.
He give you some good advice?
Yeah, he did. I told him I'm trying to find a wife,
Did he have any words for you after you did the podcast this summer? Did he say try to rein it in or anything after that?
He was just very cautious about me on what the NFL's perspective on me, and I appreciate that from him because I don't want these NFL teams to think like I'm a disruptive kid or something like that. I want them to know that I'm a true competitor and I just believe in myself. Maybe some people call me delusional, but you kind of have to be delusional to go out there and win every single game.
What's Eli's strengths?
Jesus. He's really walking the path of Jesus Christ, and so I think that's what really helps him. He's God blessed,
Diego, is that a Step Brothers inspired look that you're talking about?
Oh no, Rando actually helped me out with this look. It was yesterday morning before we left, and I really didn't have anything, and he put this together for me.
Do you feel like maybe with some of these comments you've given away Vanderbilt's advantage of maybe flying under the radar?
Oh, well, I hope we don't have to fly under the radar. Like Alabama, Georgia, Texas, those guys don't fly under the radar. They still win, And so it don't matter if we were under the radar or over the radar. You still got to come to Saturday and play.
How do you think the NFL gives you a good legitimate chance?
Well, I'd hope so. If they want to win, come get me. That's what I got to say.
How do you ticked off you didn't get a better look coming out of high school?
That fuels me for sure. Obviously, the in-state schools didn't get me at the time, but Coach Kill was smart enough to come get me.
At this point in the season, how are you mentally preparing for the season ahead?
Oh, well, I don't want to give too many clues away for what I'm doing, But I would say I have at least a page of notes for every team that we're going to face this year.
Diego, I know you played through a lot last year, but is there a point, like maybe the Kentucky game, where you felt like you were playing with something a little bit different, bumps and bruises wise down the stretch?
Yeah, I felt like I was healthy game 1 through 5, and then Kentucky, Deion Walker kind of sat on my leg, and ever since then it was kind of difficult to get back to 100%. But this year, injuries do happen, but I just got to stay in the training room.
When did you feel like you were back? Do you feel like you were at your best with the bowl game?
I would say, yeah, it was still hurting, and my hamstring still wasn't 100%. I was probably at maybe 85%, 90%. So I wasn't able to run full speed, but I was finally able to, take a break from all the beatings.
Diego, what was the experience of playing in the SEC versus your expectations going into the SEC?
Oh, the SEC is beautiful, and I'll say this because I believe, there's no better conference than the SEC, and that's due respect because there is great players in the Big Ten, there is great players in the ACC and all these other conferences too, but every single week you're taking a beating. It's one of the best teams in the country that you're going to face every single week, and so I just got to mentally prepare this year for that and get my body prepared.
Diego, do you have any trash talk go-to that you like to use on opponents?
I'll leave that for the opponents. There's always some good trash talk out there, and I love people who trash talk me.
Anybody in particular stand out from last year?
Let me think. Kentucky was a good trash talk team that kind of brought out that fire. But I love it. I'm here for it. And I admire if you can talk trash when the game is 0-0 instead of like you having the lead or something. That's when I like it the most.
You're 2-0 against Auburn, 1-0 Alabama, 1-0 Jack State. What do you think of the people of Alabama think about you?
We got 2 games facing up against them. We got Auburn and Alabama, so I won't say too much, but they're obviously great teams. Jack State was good that year too, really, really good, and they almost got us back. But I'll be excited for those games.
Diego, you're one of the few Mexican-American powerful quarterbacks. How much pride do you have in carrying that?
Being Latino is really, really cool. You get to experience different backgrounds, and but I would say the best thing about being from my heritage is that you get to meet these other different kind of peoples, black, white, all these people in the locker room that you got to connect with, and it brings all these cultures around. That's why I think football is the greatest sport ever, is just because you get a bond with these other kids, and then you get to learn about their background and really care for one another, and that's what I like the most.
How much relief was there when you were allowed to come back for another season? And could you walk me through what that process kind of looked like for you in making that decision?
Yeah, I remember when that happened, I was all in on it just because I want to finish something that I started, and that's go win a national championship. And last year we fell short. And so this year, we're looking forward to this season.
Diego, what's your favorite thing about living and playing football in Nashville? What would you tell recruits that might not consider Vandy before you got there?
Oh, if they don't consider Vandy, they're missing out. That's for sure.
All right, guys, I think we're good. We got to get to the next
Nashville's the best city, though.